want you alone with me, with me. I want you alone with me.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Lynn. So today I'm doing the #1 most requested video ever on my channel, and that is how I edit my YouTube videos. Now, I did do one of these last year, but I have a couple of more things that I would like to show you, and also you have been asking for it, so why not? I'm also thinking about making a behind the scenes how I film my YouTube videos, like with lighting and camera and what lens I use and stuff like that. So if you would be interested in seeing that, then make sure to let me know down below. So yeah, without further ado, let's bring out our computers and get this editing party started. So we're gonna start off with what I get the most questions on, which is color correction and stabilization. So this is what the clip looked like straight from the camera, and this is after working our editing magic. So as you can see, the colors are a lot brighter and more vibrant, and it's also not as shaky. We're gonna start with the color correction part. So what you wanna do is make sure that the clip is selected, and then go over here to this little wand thingy that says enhancement menu and choose show color board. The way I like to do it is to start with exposure, so by dragging these 3 circles up or down, we're adjusting the light. This first one controls the highlights, and obviously all of this is different for each clip, but generally I like to drag it up to around 5 maybe. I think that looks pretty good. And then I go to shadows and bring it down a couple of steps, and this just gives it a little bit more contrast. We also have midtones, which is this middle one, and sometimes it helps, but I usually just skip it because for most clips it's not really necessary. Then I go over to color, which is where you control the color balance. So if the clip looks too yellow or too blue or green or whatever, this tab can fix that for you. And for some reason, my clips all tend to get a little bit reddish. You can't really tell in this one, but I still think we could bring it down a little bit. So what I do is I take this big circle and I bring it over to the red area, and then I just lower it a tiny bit, so you probably can't really tell, but it just made the colors more neutral. The last part is saturation, which if you watch my videos, you know that I can get a little bit crazy with, but I like to use the global option, and then I just bring it up to whatever I think looks good. I mean, you could go all the way up, but that's a little bit much even for me, so I think I'm gonna keep it at like 39, somewhere there. And again, this completely depends on the clip. Sometimes I do 10% and sometimes I do 80%, so you just really need to play around with it and see what you think looks good. So that's the color correction before and after. Now it's time to stabilize, and you can find that effect right here. It's gonna need a couple of minutes to load, but once it's done, it should look a lot smoother. And if you're not completely happy with how it looks, you can also adjust the settings over here. The downside with stabilizing is that it does zoom in on your clip, but on the other hand, shaky footage can be pretty distracting for the viewers, so I think it's worth it. So again, here's the before and an after. Now I'm going to show you how to make these text bubbles that pop up during the video. So the first thing we need to do is go to picmonkey.com, choose design, custom, and then type in 1280 by 720. Then we're gonna go over here and click transparent canvas, and this is what's gonna make the background clear so that we can put the text on top of our video later. Then I'm gonna go to Google and type in pill shape and save one that I think looks good. And you want to make sure that the background is transparent like this, because otherwise it's not gonna work. Now let's go back to PicMonkey and import our overlay by clicking the butterfly and your own. Now we can scale it, move it around, change the color, whatever you want to do, and then when you're ready, we can add the text. Unfortunately, you can't change the proportions of an overlay, so in order to make it longer, we need to right-click on it and choose Duplicate Overlay, then right-click again, choose Send to Back, and put it right next to the first one like an extension. And if there's a little line along the edges like there is here, all you need to do is go to Erase, and then it's super easy to remove it by just painting over it. I went ahead and made another one, and now I'm ready to save it. Just make sure that you choose PNG so that the background stays transparent. Now we're in Final Cut Pro and I just imported the text by dragging the file onto the timeline, and I can already tell that I want it to be way more saturated, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fix that real quick. Okay, that's better. So now I need to decide where I want the text to pop up, and I think right here will be good. Then I'm gonna go over here where it says transform, and that's gonna allow us to move the bubbles around, change the size, rotate, whatever you wanna do. I think I want them like this in the corner, and then when you place them where you want them to be, all that's left is the animation. So first I'm gonna move the indicator to where I want the pop to be done, I guess you could say, and I'm gonna add a keyframe by clicking this little shape up here. Then I'm moving the indicator to the beginning of the text, adding a keyframe, and then I'm going over here to scale and I'm bringing it down all the way to 0. So this is what it looks like. Super cute. Good job, guys. So now I'm just doing the same thing at the end of the text because I want the same animation in there, and then we're all done. Another question that I get a lot is how I make my thumbnails, and again I usually use PicMonkey for this. So first you want to click Collage and Computer, and then just select all the pictures that you want to use in your thumbnail. Then go to Layouts and pick a template that you like. I recommend using like 3 to 5 pictures, not more than that, because it can tend to look a little bit cluttered if you have a lot of small pictures. So this template I think will be perfect. And then I'm gonna go down here to change the size of the thumbnail. Make sure that this is unlocked and then type in 1280 by 720. Great, so now just drag your pictures into the boxes and arrange them however you like. And if you want, you can also change the size and color of the border, but I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. Then when you're done with that, you wanna click Edit, and the first thing I'm gonna do is just adjust the colors a little bit and also add some more saturation because you guys know how I feel about my saturation. And then I'm moving on to text. This thumbnail is for my Summer Night Routine video, so that's what I'm gonna write. Makes sense. But there is a problem with text on top of pictures, and that is that it can sometimes be hard to read. So what I like to do is add a glow around the text, and to do that, just click the wand and go down to the drawing tool. Bring the hardness down to a 0 and just paint around the text. White or black always works, but if you can find a color that looks good with the text and that makes it easier to read, that's what I would recommend because it's gonna make it pop more, and that's really what you want with a thumbnail, for people to notice it. The last thing I'm gonna do is add a border to make it even more colorful, and then it's ready to be saved. So that was it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos because it will mean the world to me. We're so close to hitting 50,000 subscribers now, which is insane, and I just... So thank you guys so much. I love you to the moon and back, and I will see you soon. Bye! You said I want you, always a lot better. Oh my god, I thought that guy was wearing a Spider-Man suit, but then I realized that it was just a blue and red jacket. Thank God, because that would have been cold. Am I in focus? You know I like it when you focus on me. No? Yes, baby. You know I like it when you focus on me. Okay, nope, that was worse. Ugh.